All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time to have some fun tonight on a very serious note. I'm Gregory Griffith. Welcome to the GG Factor. It's Gregory the Activator taking care of business tonight. Normally I would have a guest with me, but tonight I'm doing it solo. And whenever I don't get a guest or someone has to cancel because of life circumstance, then I'm going to be the one to take the helm. And you know what I'm excited to do tonight? It's Black History Month all over the world. I think they say this is the 150th year of Black History Month. And I want to say this to you, boy. We lost an icon today. I'm going to stop my music because I really want to make sure everyone can hear me good on that. You know, the musician always has me kicking things off with some music. Speaking of that, if you're with me on Thursday nights for the Strive Masterclass, I have to have some music. It's just innately, intrinsically inherent in me. But today we lost a man who stood for humanitarian cause. We lost a man that stood for humanitarian cause next to Martin Luther King. This man was just an icon. I'm probably sitting here tonight like I am, an educated Black man teaching in integrated schools because of someone like Jesse Jackson. So tonight I want to make it real clear. We all need to stop, take a moment, be still, and say, dear God, thank you for the 84 years that Jesse Jackson had here on this planet with us. Making me think of my big brother that's been like my dad all my life. My brother Nelson is 84 years old. Shout out to you, big bro. God still got you here for a reason. I told you that. You know, we all have an appointment with infinity and we cannot reschedule. And up until today, I guess maybe it was this weekend when the Reverend Jesse Jackson made his transition, then, you know, we have to understand you can't reschedule. I don't care what no one else says, no one else thinks. I'll tell you, you cannot reschedule. So I want to say that at a time like this, Black History Month, this is history in the making. This man did a whole lot. I want you to know that over there on YouTube. How you guys doing tonight over on IGA? I see people waving at me. Thank you for showing up tonight. Once again, welcome to the GG Factor on this Tuesday night. It's a very special program for me tonight because of the reality that it is Black History Month and there's so many things going on, man, that are, I don't even know where to begin, but I'm saying this to you that this show is structured for one main purpose, to empower you with insights, to help you sort of, how do I say, just stay ahead of the trends. Empower you with insights, stay ahead of the trends, especially in these uncertain times. Things are always just in this area of flux. I don't know if you're feeling like me or not, but it feels always uncertain. Every time you wake up, you turn on the TV, hear some more new like wow, stuff that you want to scream about. And boy, I'll tell you, man, I don't even like to call Trump name. I just call him 47, you know. Hope he got a reservation somewhere because, boy, what he doing right here in this physical realm, it's a little bit scary if you ask Gregory Griffith. You know, this man depicting Barack Obama and Michelle Obama as apes, you know. But what's the lady's name? And I got to give her a whole due props. I want to say it correctly. Where is her name? I want to make sure there was a lady that was on Maru. Was she on, what was it, Abby Phillips, right? Yep, this African-American sister was on Abby Phillips the other night, sitting right next to, what's his name, Kevin O'Leary. You know, she was a heavy sister, Teslin Figaro, Figaro, I hope I'm saying her name right, but Figaro, right? But put it this way, whether I say her name or not, I want to make sure I recognize her now. Man, she had a platform with Abby Phillips on CNN the other night. And man, she just came straight up with it. She said, why y'all getting so upset about somebody depicting us as apes? They've been doing it forever. Yeah, it was the former president and his wife, but the reality is we just didn't have somebody who would just be in the White House doing it. You know, it was the KKK and all these other people out here who got issues with race. You know, and we all know that that's just something we all have to live with. You know, I've been on this planet, you know, over 6 decades and into my 7th one right now. And even to this day, you know, up until even 5 or 6 years ago, I've had myself to deal with issues being a black man and an entrepreneur in this country. It's just been rough, man. But, not impossible. So I tell anyone, no matter what you're going through, I always say we are WIP, work in progress. And thanks to someone like Reverend Jesse Jackson, I just, when I woke up today and I heard it on the news, I said, wow, boy. He fought a long battle and gave so much for a humanitarian cause. And one thing he said, and Whoopi Goldberg was talking about that today on The View. And I thought maybe I would share that with you tonight. He always made it his business to find some little group, a little cohort of elementary kids and tell them, always look in the mirror and say, I am somebody. I don't know if y'all know that about Jesse Jackson. That was one of his slogans. I am somebody. And you got to acknowledge, boy, he was somebody. Other than Shirley Chisholm, back then, nobody was thinking about trying to be the president. And he ran for president twice, 1984 and 1988. I can still see him right now when Barack Obama won the presidency. I can still see him right now. He was pouring down so many tears. Can you imagine what he was releasing, knowing that he was his predecessor, that he knocked on the door for Barack Obama, that Jesse Jackson was the one that said, I got the boxing gloves on. You can throw them and I'm gonna duck you like Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali. And boy, he ducked some punches, bro. He ducked some punches. So tonight, I just wanted to kick it off with a shout out for Black History Month. In my own family, man, my dad's brother, James Hammond, the first black man in Tampa, Florida, to have a cable company, one of the first black men to ever have an elementary school named after him in Tampa, Florida, James Hammond. Uncle James, I call him. He's going on to heaven. My dad's going on to heaven, William H. Hammond. But James Hammond, I want to put you in there where you're supposed to be tonight because you made history. Anytime you can be the first to make anything happen, let me tell you something, man, that is a game changer. And the young lady, what's the bobsleigh lady, what's her name? Maru, I got to find her name here somewhere. Woo! Eleanor is her first name. I think last name Tyler. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I'm looking for it right here. Excuse me. But boy, look here. Woo! This lady, man, just incredible. Eleanor Myers Taylor is her name. In a month with Black History Month, boy, we got some pioneers. We got some true people knocking it out the park. This lady took her first gold medal, but got more gold medals than any other African-American woman. But she got her first gold this weekend. And let me tell you something, boy. This woman, when I say it's beyond what anyone could ever imagine, she got the gold medal in the bobsleigh. But listen to me, that sled, those bobsleds go 98 miles an hour. I want you to put this in perspective. This lady trained pushing an SUV, her personal SUV, up a hill. This woman got 2 deaf sons, and one of them got Down syndrome. And she still trained, and she still won the gold medal. And a black woman who talked about her struggles with racism, her struggles with just the kind of depression that came from that. So that's why I tell people, man, when you think you're going through something, shut up. You ain't going through nothing. Something ain't nothing when you think about somebody like Eleanor Myers Taylor. Come on now. The most admired black woman with five-time gold medalists. They got 2 kids that can't hear. One of them got Down syndrome. Shout out to her husband because I know he's been the greatest partner in the world to her. And then when I saw that woman training, this black woman pushed an SUV up a hill just to get in good shape to push this 350-pound bobsled. Woo! Push this bobsled by. I mean, man, you have to really stop and do that. The reason why I'm a little hyped about it because I know what it feels like. This is one of my medals right here. I'm a 25-time marathoner. And I know what it feels like when you're in the 25th mile. You don't feel like you can keep pushing. And I know some of them days, come on, Come on, Eleanor. When you was pushing that SUV up that hill, and somehow, some kind of way, you still got it up the hill. God had a big plan for her. God had a big plan for this woman. And here's her story. This woman was a softball player. This woman wanted to go to the Olympics playing softball. She couldn't make the team. She didn't make the Olympics team. Anybody else would have just quit and just said, oh, that's it for me. She said, no, I'm going to get me a gold medal. And not only did this black woman get a gold medal, she got 5 of them and got more than any other black woman. Woo! Come on, somebody. I hope y'all understand and feel my enthusiasm. Because when I know people who have what I call that tact mentality, when they have that tenacity and the audacity to function in the capacity. When you got the tenacity and the audacity to function in the capacity, nothing can stop you all the way up. They were talking about Stephen A. Smith, man. Woo! Your boy over on SPN, boy. Loud ass Stephen, boy. But let me tell you something. When you go back into the etiologies of his grit, you go back, he went on to play some basketball, got injured. Boy. And I know he's going down in the history books because what he's done and bought his own ticket at ESPN, only a few can do that. But let me tell you about something else while I'm thinking about it. Did you hear that Michael Jordan sued NASDAQ and got $300 million? A black man suing a white conglomerate like that and got what? $300 million. Come on, Black history. I'm telling you the absolute truth right now. And you know why he sued them? They was cheating this man team. I didn't know that Michael Jordan owned a NASDAQ racing team. And they were underpaying them, undercutting them. And guess what he did? Like he did with basketball with Nike. He opened the door. All the people were getting underpaid. Everybody getting paid the way they should right now who out there racing those cars. Imagine that. It took a black man in this country. And think about Michael Jordan when you want to think about history. Did you know he didn't even make the basketball team? He went out for the basketball team, one of the greatest players to ever touch the basketball, and never, ever made the team the first year out. And his mama said, look here, boy, if you want it bad enough, get your ass up and get back out there. And we all know the rest is history. We can learn about tenacity and the audacity and the capacity tonight right here on the GG Factor. Because I just wanted to bring it up. And the fact that we're almost about to wrap up. We only got about 11 days left in this month for this month of February, being Black History Month. But man, Maru, what is that speech that Martin Luther King talked about that's over there on the steps that he was talking about, man? He went to this middle school. Oh, yeah. Thank you very much. My host, Sister Moses, she's not live with me tonight. But here's the point I want to make to you, man. Listen to me. Martin Luther King went to a middle school, Blair Middle School. I think it was in Philadelphia. And he told them, he said, your education is your blueprint. Oh, boy. And if you get the right education and you develop the right skill sets and you determine to be the best that you can be, that's your blueprint. And nobody can take that from you. See, nobody can take your intellectual property. And that's why tonight I want to talk about this country and the status that we're dealing with. But you got to understand, it ain't nothing, man, because all you got to do is have the right mindset and a blueprint, and you'll always rise above it. I don't care what race you are from. I don't care what country you're from. I don't care how much they try to ice you out of here. When you got the right mindset of a winner, when you activate that and your blueprint becomes your system, nothing can stop you. And if Martin Luther King, boy, if he didn't make it a simple little 20, 30-minute speech to these kids, but you'd have thought he was speaking to everybody in the world. And that's what I loved about that man. No matter how many times he got in front of that microphone. And every year, man, I always stop. I have a dream and I stop and I hear it because it still sends chills through me. When I look out over that Washington Monument, there's nothing but a sea of black people. standing up for one cause. And you know what that cause is? And that's why tonight I'm talking about Barack Obama and Michelle Obama and the idiotic, just unnecessary, just aggressiveness that was just displayed upon us as Americans this week. You know, one cause, Martin Luther King, a humanitarian one. Not the color of your skin, the content of your character. So tonight, when you start thinking you got problems, I want you to think about Miss Taylor, the bobsled queen. I want you to think about Michael Jordan. I want you to think about the man that's moved on. Well, all the days will be the same now, Jesse. You ain't got to worry about whatever that was you were struggling with. It's all done now. All of your days will be the same. All of your days will be the same. This man paid a price for us beyond what anybody could ever even imagine. What do we call it, Miriam? Good trouble. He maintained a mindset of good trouble till his last breath. And that night when Barack Obama won the presidency, me and a bunch of my friends and other musicians and singers, and my wife and I were just hanging around, and man, it was the greatest feeling in the world. One of the greatest feelings in the world. And one thing that Michelle Obama says, she was talking to Oprah that week, and every week on my show, I have to always bring it up because let me tell you something, man. She said, don't you ever forget and let nobody stop you from believing that your story matters. IG, I'm leaning in over on y'all tonight. Your story matters. You matter. No matter what the circumstances, everybody's DNA is uniquely designed to create their own paradigm for success. I'm going to say that once again tonight on this GG Factor. Everybody's DNA is uniquely designed to create their own unique paradigm. And when you realize the intrinsic, the inherent, the inborn, the innate in you is already set. Your blueprint is already set, as the man Martin Luther King said to those kids. Your blueprint set. God already got some big plans for Mr. G. I'm just going to stay in active pursuit. Because, see, that's the bottom line. We must want to and intend to function at our maximum potential. Everybody and everything we're talking about tonight is all about this. I got to shift gears now because I want to stay right in the midst of what we've been talking about incredible people for Black History Month. Governor Westmore, the first Black governor in the country. Come on, somebody. Woohoo! Got to give him a shout out. Wish he would run for president. But Nora, is it Nora O'Donnell? That's her name, Maru. Yes, Nora O'Donnell. Say I got to get the latest. I miss her on CBS Evening News. Let me tell you something. She said, Governor Moore, have you totally given up on the idea of being the president? He said, I don't want to be president. I just want to be a great governor. And she said, I don't know about that. There are a lot of your constituents and a lot of people who are now forming a unique cohort to say, let's go West, let's go West, let's go West. And I'm one of them because he definitely got my vote. Woo! Boy, against all odds. And now look at this. Look what 47 did. Look what Trump did. Invited all these governors and told West, don't you show up. What kind of country, man? What kind of presidency? What kind of administration? Tell the man, just because this man speaks up totally against Trump, this man speaks up without anything but a quantifiable reality. He's not speaking a subjective lie. He's speaking a reality. Governor Westmore stepped up to the plate, baby. He stepped up to the plate, hitting home runs. He hitting home runs. He's bringing down the crime rate. He's getting more Black boys to understand that there's somebody out here love you. If I didn't have a big brother coming up, I wonder what my life would be like. I didn't meet my dad until I was 50 years old. I'm grateful for the 1 decade I had with him. But let me tell you something about how many young Black kids coming up where the daddies are totally absent. And one thing that Westmore said, Governor Westmore, respectfully, sir, we need more male figures to step up in this country. We need more black men to step up in this country. We need more black teachers. I'm a retired teacher. I remember when I went back to college and got my master's degree, I knew that the odds were always in my favor because there is a very just small demographic of black male teachers in the United States. And it's still a big demand. I always thought I would be an elementary school teacher because I could be like a father figure, but they sent me to high school. I did 31 years as a special needs high school teacher. And because of that, and the cognitive deficits that exist within the ability of those students, a lot of times I became daddy. But there was a kid, 16, had a mentality of a 6-year-old. And then you had the ones that were gifted beyond what I could ever even imagine. And the point I'm trying to make to you is this. And boy, I hope this hits home. When you got an opportunity to be an example, please take it. I was pushed. I was forced. I was a professional musician all the way. I got out of college, jumped on the back of a truck, had a record deal 6 months later, and I continued to play music from the age of 21. All the way through most of my early adult life. And one day it happened to me. I was forced to take a pivot because of my instability to be the father and the husband that I always wanted to be and couldn't be to my older son because I was a kid with the kid. A kid with the kid. I was at Floyd A&M University and took my son to classes with me. Shout out to my old girlfriend back then, Cassandra. Never stop loving you for that. Never, ever stop. She loved Gigi just like he was hers. Everyone who was in my life didn't love my son that way. And I vowed that I would never be absent in his life. My son, Jonathan, his birthday a week from Friday, he'll be 36 years old. Both my sons got college degrees. Both my sons have beautiful, intelligent, incredibly educated wives in their lives. I have a beautiful granddaughter. If I drop dead tomorrow, it's been all right, G. I'm okay. But boy, let me tell you something. That climb for me to get a master's degree, and I did finally continue to be a musician. I'm still a musician. We'll talk about that before I air out here tonight about your passion, your purpose, and why when I talk about it, it can always keep you ahead of the curve. I'm promising you that. I'm living that. I started playing in nightclubs at 16 years old. And I just performed Saturday night at the #1 community country club in the United States. Because I love music still. I still perform music. And I will go to my grave still having something to do with the music industry. I know no other way. I'm an entrepreneur. I don't care what people say. I go to my grave taking a risk. I bought and owned millions of dollars in real estate. I own the strip mall up in Tampa, Florida, speaking of Black history. And I'll never forget when that white woman knew that I owned that property, she pushed in on me. She said, boy, I never would have sold it to him. Don't tell me I don't know what it feels like when it comes to racism. But you see, you got to push on. Remember the tag mentality, your tenacity, your audacity to function in the capacity. You can't stop. Because your destiny is already set for you. The only option you don't have with your dream is to quit. I'm sitting here on this GG Factor show right now. You couldn't have told me a year ago I would be doing this. I got a Strive Masterclass every Thursday that I've been doing for a year now. And I love it. Because all I want to do is inspire, empower people, and help them live and function at their maximum potential. Once you realize that, you can always give more to be more. One of the first pages in this book, right here, Activate or Stagnate. I might as well do a plug now. One of the first pages in my book simply says, in each of us is an infinite amount of energy to reach our maximum potential. But you see, it's like having a car that you put the key in, but you forget to pull it and drive. You got to get on to the highway and drive your life to success. You either an activator or you procrastinate to the point that you stagnate. And I'm speaking truth to you right now. This book, I can say, as a Black man, an African-American teacher, was placed in every vocational school in Broward County, the 6th largest school district in this country. I'm proud to say that. And I'll tell you, they gave me a very comfortable fee to speak to that vocational group that day as a keynote speaker. I'm telling you, live your dream. Let nobody stop you. Go put on I Have a Dream. Go watch Martin Luther King right now. It's a good time for you to rehatch that, reactivate that. Get off the bench of procrastination. Now, every Thursday night, I'm offering you an opportunity. You can come into my Get Activated community. I have 2 books, and I'm just about to re-release this one like I re-released this one. Both these books are going to be available by choice. I have a simple $97 a month Get Activated community. I have a $997 a month 30 days to a new you maximum potential coaching opportunity. Sometimes you need a coach. I've had several. And his name is Jim Rohn. And a few of my mentors and mentees talk to me about it. And now people who I'm coaching, people who I'm doing coaching with, I talk to them the same way I heard Jim Rohn talking to me just the other day when I was out walking. He said, your investment in yourself is priceless. You could never put too much money in yourself. Don't regret a nickel that you put into cognitive expansion. Cognitive expansion is priceless. They can take everything but your IP, baby. They cannot take your intellectual property. Think about that. Once you get the skill sets, once you maximize your potential in them and you start to monetize them, nobody can stop you. Nobody can take it away from you. I saw George Benson, man, on a YouTube about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I looked at that man. And he was singing a song that he wrote since I got out of college in 1976. George Benson is still singing those songs. That song, Masquerade. Are we really happy here with this lonely game we play? Looking for words to say. I used to sing that song. Good old friend of mine, Ezra Sanders. Shout out, Ezra. You might be somewhere over there. My point is this. The man developed the IP. They can't take it from him. What's your IP in these really, should I say, fragile times? Tonight's show is so much about you getting the mindset, getting the skill set, getting what I call the P3 theory activated in your life. You know, your passion, your purpose. That's my job. That's why I'm doing this. I stopped everything to say Thursday nights is a Zoom class. And all you have to do is go to my website, theactivator.net, click on Zoom, and you can come zooming right in. Every Thursday night is live on IG. It's live on Facebook. It's right there. And all I can ask you to do is take an analysis to avoid paralysis. If you're not making the kind of money you need to make in life, shame on you, because everybody got a chance, to be a game changer. Everybody. Look at this lady, Miss Eleanor Taylor. The woman didn't even make the softball team. This is Black history in the making. This woman just got a gold medal, and the only Black woman with that many medals, Woo! I think I'll sip my tea on that one. So I say, man, and this woman got 2 deaf sons, and one of them is Down syndrome, a very serious disability. But you know, I had Dr. L. Brown. If you want to go to Gregory the Activator and click on some of my archive episodes during this Black History Month, I want you to go back and check out Dr. L. Brown. History in the making, superstar Black woman, autistic son, didn't even speak till he's 5 years old. And guess what? He's enrolled in my alma mater, Florida A&M University. I was in the Marching 100. Her son's in the Marching 100. He was a drum major in high school. And boy, she came on my show, man, just like she fired me up. She and I met as speakers for the National Head Start Association back on December the 8th or 11th, I think it was. Just a little over a couple of months ago. God had a plan. Dr. L. Brown is a phenomenal sister. Not just okay. Andy Allen, a phenomenal sister for Best Buddies. There's some people out here, man, who are just trailblazers, boy, and especially for those with disabilities. And both of those black women. Andy Allen is the director of Best Buddies in the entire Southern District. And Best Buddies is the largest nonprofit organization for kids with developmental disabilities and delays. A black woman. We don't have to talk about people who made the transition. I'm talking about people right now in this country who are doing their thing. I feel in my 31 years as a teacher, I did my thing. I can remember the day I walked in the vocational classroom at Flanagan High School and looked up and saw 30 of my books on the shelf and they were doing a lesson. Woo! I can say I got something I can shout about. How about you? How about you? How about your legacy? Shout out to my sister Linda Baker. She gave me this shirt that says, "Determined to leave a legacy." She said, "Gregory, because I know you are. And you know something? I'm 71 years old. I feel marvelous. Aside from my knee surgery, throat nodules, as you can see, I like to talk a lot. I'm all right. God calls me tomorrow morning, say, your time is up here. I hope that I'll have a spot there in heaven. But I still feel I'm on this humanitarian mission. And we all should be, as a Jesse Jackson, a Martin Luther King, a Malcolm X, a Whoopi Goldberg, Oprah Winfrey, a Michelle Obama, a Barack Obama, a Eddie Murphy. These people are like, they are icons, man. Michael Jordan, LeBron James. I mean, these people are icons, man. They're so powerful. And there's so many new people on the block right now. Denzel Washington, who's been around forever. He's a mentor to me till I die. For this man to be how spiritually grounded he is in his life in the midst of crazy Hollywood and what he's doing and how he's passing on to his son now. Denzel, you the bomb, baby. You the bomb. Keep on doing what you're doing. And he'll tell you, I give unconditional shout outs to people who I highly advise that you should listen to. Denzel Washington is at the top of my playlist. Mel Robbins, top of my playlist. Oprah Winfrey, T.D. Jakes. They are powerful African Americans who've endured against all odds. And if you want to know more about Dr. L. Brown, Kinder Jam, if you want to know more about Andy Allen, Best Buddies, pay attention to Governor Westmore, Governor Newman out there. They're trailblazing Democratic people because they know that we all deserve to be happy. We all deserve to feel that our government is recognizing all of us, not just the wealthy. What this man did in the presidency is a crying damn shame. And we elected him twice. Oh, excuse me. The hell did I say we? Y'all elected him twice. No, not Gregory Griffith. No. And I spoke about it the other day on one of my Scribe Master classes. There's the left and the right going on. Of course, you have the GOP and the democracy, baby. And let me tell you something. We're walking around in America on two different planets. We are walking around in America on two different planets. I was telling people the other day, I had a little short 30-second clip one of my guy put up for me, Josh. And he just, Opus Clips takes my things from my shows and they'll pop them up on my Instagram. Speaking of Instagram also, I'm so humble for so many new people who have decided to follow me. I'm grateful. And I won't let you down because the best is yet to come. And when I'm coming home from some of my performances and I'm a little tired and I don't want my ears ringing, I turn on the radio and I turn on AM radio. I highly advise you to do what Gregory Griffith is telling you tonight. Turn on some of them right-wing idiots over there. Turn them on and turn them up loud and hear them because you're walking around them every day. They know how to twist the truth to a lie so well that they've got a huge cohort of people who are buying into that negative ass narrative. They're buying it. They're buying totally into it. And it's an absolute lie. Because, see, we still can't quantify that. It's a lie. Trump telling so many lies is scary, man. Turn on the View and watch Whoopi Goldberg. She calls him out every day almost. Listen to Sonny, who's a registered attorney, speaking about the fault, the discrepancy, the kind of things that are going on that we have to still contend with in this country. And I'm not speaking about just me being a black man. I'm talking about people who deserve to have a very humanitarian cause going on in the White House that we don't. We really don't. When Elon Musk came in and they just gave him a position because he was wealthy, and that man just started with DEI just wiping out things, man. Come on, y'all. Come on. They try to find about a 1% percentage of somebody who might have been at fault and then say the whole 99% left are totally ripping off DEI. Totally, and then the other day, and this really got me, they had a program on and said that there are a bunch of white men saying they're discriminated against. I said, whoa, they feel they need affirmative action? Man, when Whoopi Goldberg was talking about that the other day, man, I had to sit up like this and say, what? What? In America? Come on, man. That's why I said my show tonight is to empower you that whatever we're going through is not going to stop. It's not going to stop. And the only alternative you have is entrepreneurship or high-level education or both. And I've lived both. I got my master's degree, and I've been in business for myself since I started teaching. I started my corporation in 1992. I started teaching in 1992. My teaching certificate is still active. And I know I can go out here and make me $75,000, $80,000 on a blank and love it because I love teaching. Don't do nothing you don't have no passion for. Don't do it. It's a slow road to stagnation. Don't do it. You're cheating yourself. And you know who else you're cheating? You're cheating those people who you taking the money from. You're cheating them. That's what they talk about teachers sometimes. Every teacher ain't a good teacher. Every lawyer is not a good lawyer. Every cop is not a good cop. You got bad people. You got people taking the paycheck and running home with it. Just getting the benefits and running down the street. A whole bunch of them. Don't be one of those. When I got my first job as a teacher, they thought I was out of my damn mind. But can you imagine? Your first year as a teacher, you got 6 classes, there's 6 different rooms. I want you to, and you're dealing with special needs kids. But you know what? I didn't care. I was just so happy I had a job. I had stability. I had benefits. And I was making a difference in somebody's life. And I didn't know that this book right here is the outreach from writing to those kids every day. I wrote hundreds of journals, inspirational journals to them. And I call my show the GG Factor, but I got the GG Factors, I call them, that are introspective on my life in this book. Go to Amazon.com or go to my website. This book is available during this Black History Month. It will inspire you that if Greg Griffith done it, you can do it. I forgot I had 6 classes in 6 different classrooms. I mean, I didn't care. I forgot I was driving 45, 50 miles each way to school every day, burning up all kind of gas in my big old Dodge van back then. But oh boy, in just a matter of a couple of years, I bought a brand new BMW. In just a matter of a couple of years, I had a year and a half of contracts as an entertainer. It's been about 2 years after that, I bought my first apartment building. Push forward 10 years later, I bought a strip mall. Don't tell me, don't let nobody stop you because of the color of your skin. You can do it. If I've done it, you can do it. Trust me. And this is my intellectual property. I can make money with this book until I die. What's your excuse? I can make money with this book till I die. That book till I die. I'm writing a new book. And you know what it's called? I'm going to put the title out there. Deprivation has been my greatest motivation. I'm a child of the 50s. Deep racism. When I got the first grade, it was still blacks here and whites here. It was still all black schools. I remember down on 7th Avenue in world famous Ybor City, Tampa, Florida. Woolworths, Crest. You couldn't sit at the bar and eat. I remember one of my jobs I got as a kid. I went to jump in the truck with a white man because he was my foreman. He said, boy, what you doing? You get your ass out of here. You know you don't get up here with me. I would never forget that in my life. Never forget that. Get on the back of the truck. Make your money and get off and go home. But we've come a long ways right now. Thanks, Michael Jordan. When you can sue NASDAQ and get $300 million. We've come a long way. Ask Oprah Winfrey. A black billionaire talking about the news every day. Stephen A. Smith, ask him. Ask Eddie Murphy. If you hadn't watched it, go check his documentary out. You'll say to yourself, oh boy, he's over there on Netflix just laying it out. A pioneer in Hollywood, Eddie Murphy. They need to have a statue over there of him. Let me tell you something, man. And what am I talking about all of these people about? Their intellectual property, the one passion, the one purpose, and knock on the universe that's taking care of them all of their life. All of their lives. See, one thing that's not going to change, and I don't know, I can't change it, nobody can change it. This right here, on this old Movado right here, this 24/7, 168 hours a week will never change. It's what you do with them. I'm going to sip my tea on that one. What are you going to do with them? That's why I told you tonight, I'm going to talk about all this ice crap and all the stuff that Governor Westmore talking about and everything the lady was talking about over there on CNN with Abby Phillips. But I want to tell you something, man. You can't be held down by that. You can't. If you got your thing together here, everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to be all right. Amazing Grace is powerful. Think about it. Oh, happy day. Think about it. I've lived it. I've lived it. When you come up in the 50s like this, and I get the first grade, I'm just 6 years old, and I give all glory to God that I had a brother that was like a daddy, because I watched him go to college. I watched my brother Nelson Griffith go to Florida A&M University, and he got it in March 100. And I said, I'm going to Florida A&M University. I'm going to get into 100, and I did it. He gave me his trumpet at 12 years old when he got out of college and came home. My brother used to ride me around on the back of his bicycle. 12 years between us. Think about that. 12 years between us. And right now, God bless him. He's got some health concerns. He's dealing with it. When they said Jesse Jackson was 84, my brother's 84. And I said to him, and I say it every day too, boy, it ain't over till it's over. It ain't over till it's over. And you better understand, shame on you if you want to waste your 24/7, 168 whining. Shame on you, because some things you can't change. Do you know that 40% of the people in the United States of America do not vote? While we're speaking about history and Black history and politics and healthcare and education, spirituality, all these things I'm talking about is just this giant recipe of, should I say, challenges that can only strengthen us if we have the right mindset. And if you say that I'm awesome, if you say that I'm unique, if you say that I'm amazing, my acronym for awesome says take action, make every day wonderful, be enthusiastic, make every day super, make every day full of optimism, make every day marvelous, make every day one full of enthusiasm. I love what I'm doing here tonight. Whether I ever get all the sponsors or not, if I walk away from this show tomorrow, it was never a waste of my time. Because every time I empower you, I'm empowering myself. And that's the way you should feel about anything you do as part of your intellectual property. If you're giving your energy to something, somebody should benefit from it. You're not supposed to be a taker. You're not supposed to be a taker. Just a grateful administrator of the things that you can do to empower others. And that Westmore, Governor Westmore, boy, he said something that stayed with me. What was that he said? Oh, we are dealing with mental gymnastics. You know what I mean? Everybody got a high and a low about their mentality and what's going on with their emotional state. It's very, very deep. You know, let me see what my wife had me. I always take her notes. Adriana, she is there. I waved at her too. One of my special needs kids that I taught over 20 years ago. More than that, 25 years ago. She was part of one of the first graduating classes at Flanagan High School. She religiously comes on the show every week. I love you, Adriana. There's nothing you can do about it. And was totally, she confined to a wheelchair, but her cognitive abilities, her personality, this young lady is an example of you take what you got and you work it. You take what you got and you work it. And if that lady I told you about tonight, Eleanor Taylor, who got two kids who are deaf and one of them Down syndrome, and a black woman trying to get into a position to get a medal, and now is the most highly decorated black woman with medals and just got her first gold. Woo, woo. If that is something for you to go woo, woo, woo about, boy, boy, boy. I'm telling you, man, the only limitations that exist are the ones you place upon yourself. Gregory Griffith will always make that happen. In my last 11 years as a teacher, it was a banner in my classroom. The only limitations that exist are the ones you place upon yourself. I could have talked myself out of becoming an author, but I said, yes, I can. Yes, I will. Yes, I must. Trust the process. And tonight I'm sitting here with you because I'm trusting the process. I know I got to go through to get to it. See, I already know that. I got to go through to get to it. I'm work in progress. I'm working, and you know the enemy trying to knock my ass down. He keeps trying to tell me, oh, man, come on, man. What are you doing? Get out of there. No, the devil is a lie. And I hope I'm talking to somebody tonight. You're always closer than you think. You're always closer than you think. And the only thing I can hope to be to you tonight is an inspiration about that. I mean, let me tell you something, man. We are in a situation where I don't know if ever it would be this, what do we call the cat effect that will never, ever go away. I call it the cat effect, CAT. The level of compromise, the level of acceptance, and the level of tolerance. The cat effect is always present. It's present in your personal life. It's present in your job every day. It's present in just your physicality. You compromise with yourself every day. If you're getting up and you're 20 or 30 pounds overweight or underweight, and you just continue to just accept it and find tolerance for it, knowing that obscurely your body gonna shut down just like a car will if you don't pay attention to it. Man. The compromise, the acceptance, and the tolerance for something like that, no. And all the people I was talking about tonight, all night long, you think they worried about ICE? Even if ICE was going on you think this lady Eleanor Taylor would have worried about ICE way back when she started to say she didn't make the softball team, but she still wanted to get a gold medal? She got on a mission. Are you on a mission over there, IG? Are you on a mission, YouTube? Are you on a mission, Facebook tonight? Are you a mission conscious person? What does that mean? Your goals need to be set. Another unconditional plug. I have a master class every Thursday night unless something else happens. I got another performance or some other business obligation. But for the most part, 3 out of 4 weeks, I'm going to be there. 3 out of 4 weeks with this, I'm going to be here. And believe me, the guests that I have, man, they're everyday people like you and I, but they're doing some incredible things. I brought up Dr. L. Brown tonight. I brought up, Andy Allen for a reason. These are 2 Black women in this country who are just really trailblazing. And there's so many who are doing what they do on such a level that it's just incredible, man. People like Tyler Perry, man. Oh my goodness. When I just think about the studio he got, I just think about what that man was driving around in his car. He was pleading with his mom to give him money just to fund the next show. Woo! And look at him now. Look at him now. He got a little son. You can tell him, man, he pouring it all in him, man. Tyler Perry, man, you the bomb. You're an example of quitting is not an option. Denzel Washington, quitting was not an option. And people don't even have to be Black like Jim Carrey, another icon in what he does. Meryl Streep. You know, it's Black History Month. I'm talking about people right now. Just iconic people who are doing things beyond what you could imagine. I'm not even a fan of Elon Musk, but I admire what the man done to come up with an electric car and call it Tesla and get out there and just it was the first trailblazer in it. The rest is history. The rest is history. Maybe yours could be the first apple pie. Nobody expanded the bill about the potato pie. Just expanded the bill, potato pie. Every year at Thanksgiving, I bet you Patti LaBelle making over $1 million. I bet you my life. She could just sit down, don't go on the stage, don't do nothing else. As soon as Thanksgiving come around, she dropped that Patti LaBelle potato pie. Because I know I like it. So y'all understand what I'm saying, man? It's your intellectual property, bro. It's what you all about. There's no doubt about it. You know? And I'm here to tell you this, man. When you start talking about people, what they've done, what they've had to go through to get to, man, you really have to just shut up about crying and whining and oh man, they did me like this, they done me like that. Come on, man, shut up, man. Shut up, get up, shut up, get up, wake up, and get back in the game. Ask Tyler Perry about that. How many times he had to fall down? Even Donald McClurkin, when I do a little tidbit, it was we fall down, but we get up. Ask him. Just ask him. Boy, we've been through some stuff. And it ain't going to stop. When the people who decided that they wanted the president administration all over again, now a lot of them getting a wake-up call. This whole ICE thing was a wake-up call. Do you know, speaking of ICE, that the government invested $85 billion in ICE? I told you I was going to bring up the things y'all need to pay attention to. You think they ever going to go away? The only way they left Minnesota because 2 innocent people were murdered. That's the only reason they are not still in Minnesota. The pressure got too rough, and Trump trying to show face now. Too much, too little, too late, bro. Too much, too little, too late. For those 2 human beings to be killed the way they were. And then what's that lady name? What's her name? Norma? What's her name? The came out. I don't even want to know her name. Trying to justify what ICE done. What's her name? Norm is her last name. Can't call her first name. Yeah. And then the lady Pam Bondi. Did you see her on that hearing last week? Did you see her? And she used to be right here in Florida, and she was somebody else. She got some of that Trump juice, boy, and something happened to her. She can't do no wrong. She can't say no wrong. And the way she was and how blatantly, just aggressively nasty to the people in our legislature, in our executive branch. Come on, man. Something got to change with that in this country. And all I can say to you, and shout out to Teslin Figaro. That lady said it. Ain't nothing changed. She said, yeah, I hated to see what they did to Barack and Michelle Obama. But they've been doing that. I went to play a gig in New York City, and I never get these people came out with mask faces looking like monkeys and trying to make fun of me and my singer who was there that night. I took the paycheck, got my ass out of there, and realized, boy, they're still out there. See, I can quantify. I have no lie. I can tell you, you are going to have to go through to get to it. I don't know who I'm talking to tonight. I don't know what it means to you to know this, but you got to do that. And you cannot be one of the problems we got in this country when it comes to voicing your opinion because too many people die for you to have one. The high percentage of non-voting but registered people who are totally registered but don't vote. But then they'll be the first one screaming and shouting when something don't go right. That calls for a sip of my tea. Last week, this time, I was sitting here coughing and wondering could I make it through my gigs I had last week. All glory to God, my immune system kicked in at the right time. Your health is your wealth. I'm a mind, body, and spirit specialist. People ask me, how do I go and do and be mind, body, and spirit? You cannot live with organized chaos imbalance. You can't do it. I'm inviting you out on Thursday nights if you want to see what we're talking about this month and probably through March, relationships. The most important one, though, is me, myself, and I. I spoke of a man named Jim Rohn. I highly advise you to go out and listen to some of his stuff on personal development. You'll understand what I'm telling you to be true. you will clearly understand what I'm saying. We have so much going on in this country, man, that I'm sitting there looking at some of the Northside Road. You know, people is all upset, man. Do y'all realize that the Biden administration allowed 4 million immigrants to come in this country? And they're still trying to hold, they're still trying to hold that ticket against this man in the president administration because of that. Westmore say that's a shame, man, because you can't change yesterday. And one thing I didn't share with you all about Westmore that I don't think you know about, but because it's Black History Month, you got to know this tonight. This man's granddaddy was ran out of town in South Carolina by the KKK. I want you to embrace that. The first Black governor in the United States of America, grandfather, was ran out of town. Not ran out of town. He was ran out of this country. He was ran out of this country to Jamaica. But the man came back and became a teacher. Came back and went to Lincoln University. Don't tell me you can't overcome obstacles. Don't tell me that this man wasn't getting down on his knees praying to something inside of him, whatever his religion might have been. He said, they're not going to stop me. Imagine that. Governor Wesley Moore stepped into the shoes of his predecessor, was ran out of this country, not just ran out of South Carolina. Boy, you think his grandfather would have been scared to come back here? Not only does he come back and during those times get a degree, HBCU shout out. Boy, so I'm telling y'all, man, I'm giving you some examples of what it really, really, really means to overcome obstacles. Every moment in the valley is a moment of growth. There are no strikeouts in the game of life. You can go to bat as often as you like. I'm giving you clear, quantifiable evidence of all kind of people and things that they're doing that are like unbelievable. And every time you get somebody like a Westmore, he said it too, they keep trying to knock me down. But one of my old friends, Principal Kevin Lee, another African-American right here in this county of mine, he was going out, interview, coming back. No, I didn't get it. Interview. And one day I saw him just walking down the halls with me. He was an AP at Flanagan High School. What a powerful Black man. He said, they can't keep a good man down. I'm on a mission. And I'll never forget the way that man said that to me that day. And about a year later, surely enough, he became a principal. You're always closer than you think. Even if you don't understand the circumstances and your environments around you. Yeah, it's a sad shame that ICE got $85 billion. Do you know they give ICE more money than they give the FBI? And they're still unqualified, untrained people who are not really, they've already acknowledged not doing the job the way they should. Do you know even with the amount of money that ICE got, when they do detain someone, they're not even giving them the right medical attention? Did you hear about this young mother who they took and detained her? She had a 6-year-old kid that died because she couldn't be there with her son. This is the kind of country we live in now. And the point I'm making to you is this: you still got to be able to rise above it. One thing Governor Westmore said too the other night, and I'm gonna tell you, watch your calendars and look for CBS. Every other week, I think for the next 4 to 6 weeks, they're gonna have town halls. And the next one, man, and I want to watch it too, because them the boys on the right, the Vice President Vance. She's gonna do one like she did with Nora did with West. And oh boy, I know that one's gonna be very interesting. So tonight, before I wrap up, I want to say to you this. My wife gave me the signal. I've been 1 hour, and I said I'd go an hour tonight. I'm trying to make sure I didn't leave out nothing that was worthy of attention on a night like tonight, because to me, when I have a platform like I have, I want to be very, very real with you. I want to speak truth to you. I want to use me as an example. And I'm never bragging on myself. I hope I can end this show on a very positive note. And I'm never trying to put down somebody. I'm not a racist. My wife is Cuban. One of my first girlfriends was a Puerto Rican. Wherever Mildred is right now, the fastest girl in the whole school. And I loved her. I was a little snappy head fifth grader running around, having so much fun, thinking I could run and hang. Just my point is this. I didn't see color. I don't see color in my wife right now. All I see is people, humanitarian people. We met in the classroom teaching special needs kids 24 years ago. And all I'm trying to say to you is this. Take that racism veil off you, black people, white people. I don't care who you are, Latin people, Japanese people, take it off and just see people. Now, you do have dignity. Of course, you do have respect for yourself. You don't let nobody, you don't be a passive little floor mat. Of course not. But it's a thin line as to when you shout and when you shut up. And I made it to 71. I'm still learning how to shout and learning how to shut up. Because some things, no matter what you do, you are not going to be able to control them. You are going to have to take the pivot and deal with them. Like I did to go to graduate school. Like you might need to do to go back to school. You might need a mentor. My website is theactivator.net. I told you can get either one of my books behind me. Come on in the camp. If you only got, $97 a month, that's like $3 a day. Come on in. But if you want me to micromanage you, if you want to make it happen and you want my $9.97 a month, come on in. And then you get me every week. And I'm telling you something. Hey, I got 2 books. You can have your first book. I bought millions of dollars of real estate if you want to buy your first property. I've been running a company since 1992. I may not be the wealthiest guy on the planet, but I still can say this. I got intellectual properties that will pay me until I die. Do you? If you had to liquidate everything you got, one of your most basic goals should be you could get $1 million. Without even trying to be nothing but just stable. If you said you had to liquidate everything you got, if you started right now, in 5 years, you could probably say that and be 5 times that if you did it the right way. You could liquidate your assets and still walk away with $1 million. Can say that. I give all glory to God. I can. So I'm asking you, can you put something together? Come on into my account. I'll show you how to set up your long range goals, but we'll have immediate goals that are about this book right here. 30 days to a new year. I believe in every 30 days, and it's quantified in this book. I call it the little yellow section, a step-by-step guide to activate peak performance. A step-by-step guide to activate peak performance. See, out of those 24/7, 168 hours, all I'm going to ask you to do is carve out 14 hours a week. 30 minutes for exercise, 30 minutes for spiritual growth, and 1 hour of cognitive expansion. And you can do more than that, but don't make it less than that. And if it's not every day a week, still make it at least 14 hours total. If you take a couple of days off, but out of those 5 days, still try to get it all in. That's what Jim Rohn was talking about. Personal development is priceless. I wouldn't be sitting here. I'm still work in progress. I didn't know if I could even get on this mic like this and do a YouTube show. I didn't know if I could run a webinar every week. Oh boy, it's been a challenge. But you know what? It's all mindset. And I always say, activate your winner's mindset. With that, I'm going to go ahead and crank back up my music like I always do. I'm trying to make sure I don't leave out something that I keep something irking at me saying that, let me see.
Happy New Year, Chinese New Year today.
Is it? Oh, okay. Happy New Year in the Chinese population over in China. I'm trying to see, was there anything else here? Shout out to Curtis Valentine. I don't know him, but I love what he's doing. I think he's in the Atlanta area. This man is on the school board there. Speaking of Black history right now, Curtis Valentine, this man is a former middle school teacher, and he was one of the first people who stood up and spoke with Governor Westmore the other day. They said, man, we need more Black teachers. Man, we need more people to step up for these young Black boys who don't have people doing what they need to do. That's why I've made it my mission, too, to get back in my fraternity, Kappa Alpha Psi. Shout out to you. I made it my mission. I say before the summer come, I want to be back in and running. Because that's those fraternities, these HBCUs, all of these people who are doing things for the sake of strengthening the Black community is powerful. Relationships, relationships, relationships. Shout out to Simon T. Bailey. He's got a book called Shift Your Brilliance. And I had a meeting with my former AP from over at West Broward High School, Miss Wimbledon Moeller. What an incredible human being. They've made her the director over now at Sheridan Tech High School. And she and I are getting together now to bring my empowerment, my inspiration message to the kids for personal development. Trust me, man, it's never too early or late to manifest your greatness. With that, I don't think I got nothing else I can say to y'all tonight. This has been out of sight, man. It was such, one other thing, and I don't even want to end on a sad note, but I gotta say, man, my prayers go out to the people in Rhode Island. You know, we had another shooting. We had a sick man got upset with his family. This man went into an ice hockey game and just started shooting at everybody. 3 people in the hospital in critical condition. He killed 2 of the people in his family. Then the man turned around and killed himself. That's another conversation because you know how Gregory Griffith felt about guns. That's another whole conversation. But the most positive thing I can say to you is this. You woke up today, it's a new beginning. Yesterday is water under the bridge of life. Who knows what tomorrow holds? But you do have what I call NOW now. No other way. You can't change yesterday. Come on, YouTube. You can't change yesterday. I don't know what tomorrow holds. But boy, I know I got right now. And you know what? I'm all right with that. New beginnings are great. As long as you don't forget whose you are and who you are. As long as you don't forget whose you are and who you are. If I leave you with nothing else tonight but that, I hope that you've been inspired. I hope you've been empowered. This hour and 5 or 6, 7 minutes zipped by on me like nothing tonight. God bless you. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep being who you been. Because we need you. We need you. Your story matters. See ya. See you over there, IG. Boy, what a fun night tonight. I hope 10% or 20% of this synced in tonight. I hope I got you. The GG Factor every Tuesday night. The Strive Masterclass, the relationship series on Thursday nights. Both nights are at 7 o'clock. Go out and tell somebody that the activator's in the house. My job is to fire you up, to inspire you, to empower you, to help you define yourself to be a better version of yourself, to help you activate your true identity, to help you just do that. You can do it too. Trust me. If the old guy done it, you can do it. See ya.